Yo, what it is, we back. Fly Free Sports, man. Hey, boy, some help again. We gonna do part 2, season preview. Catch my man Chase up, who's joining us tonight, man. One was supposed to be here, but he has some business to tend to. He'll be back probably next episode, I'm sure. As always, got Ben here, ready to give his input. Um, yeah, I mean, it's been an interesting preseason to say the least. To say the least. Victor Wembanyama looking like a problem. Just wanted to throw that out there.
I
We gonna
called
get
it.
it. Yeah,
Just so you know, I called it.
we'll, we'll probably get into that in a little bit. But just to catch Chase up, like I said, let me get your thoughts, man. We talked about this last week, about who's coming out of the East,
Okay.
who's coming out of the West, and who you got winning in the finals. So let's start. Let's get your catch up real quick.
Alrighty. Well, shoot, the East is looking real definite at this point right now. If no injuries or anything, I can't see anybody beating the Bucks. But the Celtics are going to be a problem. It's going to be a tough series. Definitely Celtics or the Bucks. I'm gonna call the Bucks in 7. Eastern Conference champions.
Sound like you're writing alignment with what we was talking about.
Yep.
Who gonna stop that? Who gonna stop Damon and Giannis, man? And then Middleton, if he any kind of healthy, is a wrap.
Yep, we touched on that too.
Yeah.
Bobby Portis, they too long.
Yeah. There we go,
man.
Yep. It's like you were here last week,
right? Yeah, and that's what it felt like when he just said that. Like, damn, ain't nobody gonna disagree. Like, I need some Sixers up in here or something. Like
Sixers, man. Joel's not in it this season. His heart not even in it already.
We gonna see. I don't think so either, but we'll see. Who you got coming out the West?
West, my West pick is a little. I feel like it's supposed to be like. I feel like the Clippers gonna get it together.
What?
I feel like we finally gonna have our healthy season.
That's a curveball.
A healthy Clippers team. I like Russ. I think Russ is a leader, and Paul George and Kawhi make up for all his deficiencies, basically. And they got the depth and they got the coaching. So if they could put together a healthy season and they can make it to the playoffs healthy, I don't see why they can't make it to the Western Conference Finals. I really don't.
Roster-wise, I agree with you, but you know, it's always health. They got probably the deepest team. They got probably like a top 3 deepest team in the NBA. So, if they can stay healthy, I agree with that. But I would never. I would never put my faith in that ever.
I feel like if 1 year got to happen, it's gonna happen this year, right before Kawhi gotta bounce again. I feel like he built like that. He gonna give y'all one good season and get a big check somewhere else.
I feel you. Hey, I ain't gonna argue with you.
Yeah.
So you got the Clippers coming out the West, or just going to the Western Conference Finals?
That's all right. Out the West. Let's see. I want to say the Nuggets. That's a safe bet. I like the Lakers, how deep they are, but I feel like the Lakers got like a curse on them. They got some hoodoo on them or something like that. I'm gonna go with the Clippers. I'm gonna rock with the Clippers.
All right, cool.
Clippers, Bucks and 6.
Okay.
All right.
That's my
hey. Okay. Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't say Portland. You know your brother gonna see this shit.
Oh yeah. And we had a long talk about letting go of Dame.
I know he hurt.
Man, he be all right.
So yeah,
now.
Basically, you, like I said, man, you in alignment with us. But I had Bucks in 5 over the Grizzlies. I think Ben had the Bucks in 6 over the Nuggets, or 7.
Bucks in 7 over the Nuggets.
Yeah, 7. So you right in alignment. We all just had different teams playing them. I had Memphis playing them. You already know. Like,
and Grizz got to make it out the first round.
And I swear I'm not trying to be biased. Like, I promise you. Like, that's just how I feel. I think if we healthy, we got it. We just weren't healthy last year, so you know.
Y'all need a high seed, like 1 or 2 seed again.
We probably will, more than likely.
Yeah, I can see that happening. Y'all play good at home. Y'all play good without Josh, so it ain't gonna really affect too much with the suspension. Y'all play well without him.
Right. So, you know, just stay afloat.
Yep.
So yeah, man. I know y'all saw that ESPN list, that top 100 players.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about it last week.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go over this top 10 with y'all real quick and get
Okay.
y'all thoughts on this real quick. I'm gonna ask y'all. Let's see. Let me pull it up real quick. Here it go. Let me pull this shit up.
Who does the top 10? Like the sports writers, or like is it the?
I think it's just I guess whoever works for ESPN. I don't know, but it's an ESPN list. So
Okay.
I thought I had this shit already pulled up, but I think I remember it anyway. Number 10 was Anthony Davis. Number 9 was LeBron James. Number 8 was Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Number 7 was, I believe it was Kevin Durant was number 7. Number 6 was Jason Tatum. Steph Curry, number 5. I don't know how. We'll talk about it. Number 4 was, who was that? Who was number 4? Who the hell was number 4?
Oh, hold on, I got it right here. Number 4 was Luka.
Luka was number 4 above Steph. Right. So of course, Giannis was number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Jokic was number 2, and number 3 was yeah.
Yep, Embiid.
Number 3 was Embiid. So what stands out to you on that list? Like who's too high, who's too low? This is just the top 10. Who is too high, Ben? Let me hear from you. Who's too high?
Anthony Davis and LeBron have no business being on this top 10 list. Like no business at all. No business at all.
Who gets in and besides them?
So for me, I pulled up the 11 through 50 list just so I could refresh myself. And honestly, you can't convince me that Jimmy Butler doesn't belong in the top 10. Like, ain't no way. With perm and all, right? Ain't no way. And based on what's happening this year, so I would take out LeBron and Anthony Davis, and I would throw in Jimmy and Dame. In terms of like the output he's going to have this year in Milwaukee, he's going to have a top 10 player all NBA type output this year. 100%.
Yeah. Okay.
I think so. I mean,
I'm gonna save the rest of what I got to say about the Lakers later when I do my hot take. But yeah, I'm gonna say that right now.
So was that the only thing that you saw wrong with the list, or
here's the thing: when you talk about the league, we talked a little bit last week about there being parity in the league, and there's a lot of really good teams that are kind of battling it out. I don't see, we're not in the Jordan era where there's one player that's above everybody else. Right. When Shaq was in the league, when he was with the Lakers, he was the best player in the league. There's not a consensus for that right now. So any argument that has the rest of those players in it for number one player, I think is a reasonable argument because there's not a consensus top player right now.
Okay. Yeah. I agree with that. I agree with that for sure. Yeah. Right off the bat, Wardell, Stephen Curry is too low. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Just that's disrespectful. 5 that's wild to me. Like, especially me. I've been thinking he's the best player in the NBA since his second MVP season. His unanimous MVP. He's been the best player in the league since then to me.
Definitely the most impactful.
Right. His numbers support that. And that's basically what I judge my top players off of, impact. He has the most impact on the game. Now, like they like to point at he has a weakness on the defensive end. It's like that's only because of size. It's not by effort. He has a high motor. He gives 100% effort on defense the majority of the time. So
yeah, but anyone other than non-centers, there's no non-center on this list that is stronger defensively than Steph Curry is. That's a weak argument, right?
Right. And then you look at, like, this is the point that nobody else talks about. Jokic doesn't play much defense at all. He's just big. So I guess he gets the benefit of the doubt for being big. I'm not trying to knock him because I think he's a top 3 player.
Yeah, right. He played good team defense. He make his rotations and stuff. He uses size. He do what he's supposed to do.
That's true. But I mean, like individually though, like he
he getting cooked. Like
he's not as strong on defense as somebody like even Embiid, who I'm not too high on. You know what I mean? So I don't look at
Jokic is our generation's Arvydas Sabonis. Like he is the Arvydas Sabonis of this generation.
But he's like times 3 though. I see what you're saying.
Well, but in terms of like his style of play, the way that he approaches the game, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like he's way better than Arvydas Sabonis, but
absolutely
just a dynamic, athletic, freakish talent player offensively, and
okay
on defense.
right. I mean, you know, they penalized Steph Curry for being like, oh, he's weak defense. I'm like, come on, man. His impact is so crazy on the offensive end that it kind of negates any deficiencies he has on the defensive end. Like, let's just be
his
real.
Game is age proof, really. He's gonna play well 38, 39 for as long as he
never lose your jump shot. So I mean, that to me, like him being number 5 is just extremely disrespectful to me. Like I don't understand that. How the hell is he below Joel Embiid, who just does nothing in the playoffs? Somebody gotta let me know. Like,
yeah, it's weird with Steph because I think that I hate when people say I feel like. That's so feminine. I'm trying to unlearn myself. I'm trying to summon my inner Kevin Samuels, right? Something with Steph, he has kind of the squeaky clean image. It's kind of like in the 90s when they were saying like, you know, light-skinned men were in the 90s, and then the 2000s came, but like the dark-skinned dudes came, like it was a comeback, right? Like dark-skinned dudes came back.
Oh yeah.
It seems to me that Steph is kind of on the downside. Like it seems like the kind of dark-skinned bad boys is kind of coming back. And he light-skinned. He's like Russell Wilson, right? He light-skinned. He don't have no dreads. You know, I don't know. I think that he don't have street cred, right?
It clouds the perception for sure.
Yeah, and he's a guard. So like we've been accustomed to, you know, we've watched people like Allen Iverson and you know, edgy people like Jimmy Butler, John Morant. And I think that's a little bit of he's got like a good guy tax / light skin tax against him when it comes to like,
I mean, but what
players.
About basketball? Let's just keep it basketball. Why can't niggas just keep it basketball, man? Like, who can do anything with him? Like nobody.
It's disrespectful that he's that low. I agree with you. If you say, okay, let's give you, if we did a fantasy basketball league, Steph is not going number 5. Right?
Hell no. No way. There's no way.
So if you're ranking top players, so yeah, go ahead.
They counted Luka, I think, based on his youth, I guess. You know, he's still getting better. He's still got a lot of improvement that he can make. So I guess they might be taking that into account for next season. I'm a Luka believer. I definitely think Luka's a future top 15 all time. Like, it's all said and done.
That's a hell of a claim.
I definitely Luka.
I won't fully disagree with you. I mean, I got him in my top 10. I don't know if I have him at 4 right now. I mean, current players, obviously, but
I put him like 6 or 7 because he got a little grown up to do. He's a little immature. You got to be a better leader for the squad.
And you want to talk about somebody who don't play no defense?
Oh yeah. He refuses. He plays James Harden defense.
Man,
that's
about
true.
the same
Steph,
level.
Steph does actually play defense. Like,
he does. That was my point. Like he plays defense. You know, he just can't account for his size. Like that's all.
Right. Yep.
I mean, I like Shai Gilgeous being in the top 10. I like the respect he is getting. Obviously, Joel Embiid too high. That's off the top of my head. He's too high. Anthony Davis, like you said, Anthony Davis isn't in my top 10, but I do have LeBron in my top 10. So
okay.
Yeah, LeBron could be 10.
Yeah, he's somewhere in there. I ain't got a number for him. Probably definitely in the latter half of the top 10, but he's in there somewhere. But that's pretty much what I think about it. What you think, Chase?
I don't know how I feel about Shai just yet. I know he had a breakout season, but I don't trust them guards that just speed and layups. Like speed and layup guards, you can't trust them in the playoffs. Like De'Aaron, like they all in the same category to me. The De'Aarons, the Shais, Russ. Once upon a time, like they always fizzle out.
So is Ja in that category for you, or like
basically? But okay, Ja got the intangibles. Ja got the intangibles though.
Nah, speak your piece.
Yeah, Ja to me, he a top 15 player. He a top 10 talent. But you know what I'm saying? I think the maturity is gonna come. It got to. I mean, he ain't really commit no crimes. He just a little knucklehead. We know all the basketball players when we was in school and stuff. They all had that same kind of mentality and attitude, like they from the streets and stuff. So, but Ja's top 10 talent. I don't think he's a top 10 player just yet. Once he needs to find a shot.
They had him in there last year. They had him at number 9 last year.
He's exciting.
But all of a sudden, he flashed a gun in the club and shit changed. You know what I mean? We talked about that last week too. Not basketball related.
ESPN list. You know how they do.
Yeah, that's Disney. I mean,
they account for character. That's like what Kyrie like 43 or something.
Yeah, shit. I'm trying to find his ass on this list. I don't know where Kyrie's
like in the high 30s, 35 or something like that. I think Kyrie was. So they definitely take off the court stuff into account.
Yeah, now you talk about so Chase, we talked last week about people being shadow banned.
Mm-hmm.
That dude's being shadow banned big time.
Oh yeah. He got one more statement about the powers that be before he blackballed.
Yeah, Kyrie 34. He right. Ja is 35th and Kyrie is 34. So
right together.
That's crazy.
I think Kyrie gonna have a breakout season though.
What they gonna do though? They don't play no defense.
7.
You think they're gonna make the playoffs?
Yeah, they're gonna make the playoffs. I think so.
Okay. All right.
Well, actually, that's a good question for real because the Pelicans gonna be back. I believe in Zion.
They got talked about him last night.
We talked about that last week. Yep.
I believe in Zion. I think he's gonna put together a healthy season for the people.
You banking on all the injured niggas to do something this year. Yeah, you hanging all your hopes on health right now.
Oh yeah. Definitely. I mean, he been through enough. He need a good season. I was just rooting for the kid.
Hope he do well though, man. I like Zion, so
I won't be surprised if the Spurs will make it into a sort of a what's that wild card situation that they got going on, the elimination games, the play-in.
I got to take about that too. I got to take about that for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, man. So, any more thoughts on this top 100 list? I know this is it's kind of most of the list is sketchy. Honestly, while I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
Jason Tatum, like I don't know, man. Y'all know I'm low on Jason Tatum.
Yeah, I was saying it's like what Ben was saying. Is like ain't too much separation between any of the players anymore. So making a list is so hard. Like other than Joker, Giannis, Steph.
Yeah, I think the top 5 is pretty much solidified.
Yeah.
It's just the ordering, however you want to order them. I know everybody probably got different orders, but that top 5 is basically unquestioned.
But 6 through 30 is basically interchangeable in my book, depending on what the team needs are and stuff. Jimmy Butler could easily be top 10.
Right.
Anthony Davis, when healthy and motivated, there's a lot of ifs for him. But
think about Kawhi. Kawhi is top 10 easily when he healthy.
Paul George too. Paul, come on.
Well, we don't ever really know how healthy Kawhi is, right? Like
Kawhi's stealing money. Kawhi collecting checks.
Yeah, he has got like an evil mastermind plan that he's executing, right? So hey.
Gotta be. Gotta be. CJ McCollum, 44, James Harden, 43, Tyrese Maxey, 42, Klay Thompson, 41. Now, I think Klay Thompson is too high.
Yeah, me too.
From that playoff performance that he just had, nobody talk about that. Jordan Poole kind of like masked the fact that Klay Thompson was shit in that Lakers series. He was horrible.
Yep.
But everybody took it out on Jordan Poole and shipped his ass out of there. So Klay Thompson was looking hard. He looked bad in their run. I don't know if y'all remember the championship run from 2 years ago. Like he looked bad in that run.
He was forcing stuff. He got too much of a chip on his shoulder. He's trying to like prove everybody that he that guy still, all of that.
I hope he could return to form, man, because I want to see my boy Wardell compete for a championship. I don't want him to beat us, but I want to see them. I want to see them far in the playoffs, man, for sure.
They're gonna need some help.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that's that. Unless I got any more comments on this list.
And
I think we said it all, man.
yeah,
That's
ESPN, they gonna make a list. If one thing about ESPN, they gonna put together a list.
All right, I'm gonna ask y'all a question.
All
All
right.
right.
Your most overrated player in the league and your most underrated player in the league. Let's get to it, Ben.
All right. I talked about this a little bit last week. I think that so I'll start with underrated. In terms of the impact he's going to have on the team, I think a lot of people are underrating Cameron Payne and the impact he's going to have with the Bucks this year. I think he's being overlooked a lot just based on everything that's been happening. He got overshadowed a lot in Phoenix with all the drama they got going out there. I think that his impact this year is going to be significant because he's going to be able to settle into kind of this role player / second unit role with veterans around him that's got playoff experience, and that he's going to really he's going to blossom from that. For me, most overrated player I would say is Kevin Durant.
Oh,
That's a good
And
one.
I'm saying that so there are a couple of things that play into that. Firstly, reliability, right? The best ability is availability.
correct.
Right? And there's been a lot of reliability issues with him over the last few seasons, right? So when you talk about expectations for 2024, when he's healthy, he can play at a top 5 level, but that's a huge if, right? And okay, you're a top 5 player in the league, but how is that? Like my boy Chisel Donna says, but will that help you win though? Absolutely not, right? So in terms of his impact on like his ability to help bring a championship to Phoenix, even if you're playing at a top 5 level, the way that he plays basketball is going to be a detriment to Phoenix's championship chances. So if you're rating a player based off of can they help us win a championship, Kevin Durant to me is one of the most overrated players in the whole league.
Damn, I ain't expect for nobody to say KD. I ain't gonna lie to you. Damn. Well,
Hey.
what you got?
That's my take. I'm sticking to it.
I ain't mad at it.
Underrated. I thought about it, and I actually think the Chris Paul experiment is going to work. I think Chris Paul coming to the Warriors, him handling the ball, letting Steph do his off ball, him and Clay do the off ball thing, use their cardio. I think it's going to really be a really dynamic offense, and people are asleep on the impact that he's had on bad teams every single time. It's only his health, but he makes every single team he joins better. I'm not even a Chris Paul guy, but I think he's going to do well for the Warriors. If they could figure out their size issues, if Kuminga could level up a little bit, I think they're gonna be fine. I think Chris Paul's gonna show something. He's gonna help a lot with the Warriors. I think that lineup, if they just run them all small ball lineup, Chris, Clay, Steph, Draymond, Kuminga, and Wiggins off the bench because he's humble enough to do it. I think that's a good team. Overrated? Dang, I don't mean to pick on a man's job, but
oh, I know he not about to. Oh,
oh boy, here we go.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Let's hear why.
All right, he's dynamic. I just feel like the team records. You seen team records when he's not there. They play just fine.
I'm gonna let you go. Yeah. I promise you.
Right.
I got a rebuttal for this. Go ahead.
Okay. I feel like Ja's only overrated in the sense that he's a superstar because of the way he plays. I don't feel like he's necessarily earned a superstar title in terms of leading his team to victory. Availability has to do a lot with that. He's been injured at key moments during the playoffs. I feel like he's been placed on a pedestal with like the other greats in the league, and he still has to earn that a little bit to me. He's not sorry by any stretch of means, but I feel like it probably to his own detriment, he's been given a little too much love for not enough performance.
So okay, so you saying basically you saying it's media hype. That's basically
yeah. His superstardom is a lot to do with the media, his highlights and everything like that. His stats is like he do his thing. He go off like he's electrifying. But I need to see a Western Conference final. I need to see a finals appearance. I need to see him healthy through the whole season. I need to see, I don't know. I just feel like Ja's a little overrated in terms of what he's actually done versus everything. How many first team all NBAs does he have and all of that, things like that?
He got 1 second team.
1 second. All right, that's all right.
And he would have made it this year if he wasn't in the club waving pistols. But that's a whole nother story. Like,
I'm saying, man.
But then again, though, that's not basketball. If I say he would have made an all NBA, he damn sure would have made at least the third team. He would have made one of them if that never happened in Denver, for sure. Like
I'm saying, all right. So it was Steph, we got Shea, and so he would have took whose spot would he took for the third?
I mean, I had to pull up the all NBA teams.
Yeah.
I don't even know who was on the second team and all that.
I
But
think
he
Steph might have
definitely
been
would have been a part of
team.
it.
Shea might have. I think Shea was first team.
But,
yeah, third team is within realms of possibility.
But yeah, let's just rewind though, since you said Ja is the most overrated nigga in the league. I mean, that's kind of But since first of all, Memphis has not, like, before he got there.
Yeah.
What did you hear about Memphis after Zach Randolph and them left? Like, listen,
he brought the city back to life. I ain't gonna lie.
But why is that though? He had to produce something.
Highlights.
Now so his production. So he improved points. He's improved every year, along with his jump shot, with the exception of last year. I think his field goal percentage went down probably like 40. I want to say 43%, but he was 49 the year prior. You know what I mean? And for a point guard, as high voltage as he is, and people like to say he's erratic and all this other shit, but he was shooting 49%, very efficient, while averaging 7 assists a game and 26, 27 points. I mean, that's all NBA right there, like, alone. And then you get into the impact. People got to understand they built that team in Memphis around him. Like, they brought in Bane, for shooting, because they know that's where Ja needed a shooter out there. Obviously, he breaks the defense down easier than anybody, kicking out to open shooters. You need guys like Desmond Bane, Luke Kennard. Triple J was already there, but Triple J has gotten better even since Ja's he's had that kind of impact where he's made guys better. Steven Adams, that's what really hurt us last year when Steven Adams got hurt.
That's a big loss, definitely.
When Steven Adams got hurt, that kind of like sunk the season. I don't think people realize that. And as far as the record with him being out, you got to take into account other guys are missing time as well. When Ja's playing. When Ja's playing, Bane may be out, or like last year, Jaren Jackson missed, I think, the first like maybe 15 to 20 games of the season. Nobody talked about that. We were still winning at a high clip. But I noticed when people say, "Oh, we got such a great record without Ja," they never mention that. They never mention when other guys are out and Ja's carrying the team. So, I mean,
valid points. But you see how the team runs when Tyus. I like Tyus as a point guard. Jones,
but that's because Tyus was very safe and he didn't turn the ball over. He has the best, assist to turnover ratio in the league for like the last 3-4 years, something crazy like that. Like, he's very, very safe. He don't turn the ball over. He could shoot. And the one thing about Tyus Jones, though, I didn't like, he always disappeared in the playoffs.
Yeah, he's not that guy.
Yeah, as much as I liked his game, he always disappeared in the playoffs. So that was my big thing with Tyus.
They ain't gonna have that problem this year because Derrick Rose is there. He ain't gonna disappear in the playoffs.
Right. And that goes to my point. You know what I mean? With them coming out the West. So yeah. Ja, while he does have the great highlights, and that's what motherfuckers love him for and all that, like, Ja is he's a very efficient basketball. And this is another thing that people don't know about Ja. Ja would rather pass the ball. He's a pass first guy. Coming out of Murray State, he's the first guy in NCAA history to average multiple digit assists and multiple digit points.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
So, it's his nature to pass the ball. He just has to get those guys around him, and now he has it. So he'll probably that's another take. I think he'll average 10 assists this year.
That'd be a good jump.
And because he was already at 8. I mean, so it's like, what's 2 more?
Take a page out of the Russell Westbrook handbook for the assists.
Yeah, so I think, that's my little spill on Ja, man. But as far as my underrated players in the league, LaMelo Ball.
That's
think
a good take.
I forgot about him. I forgot about LaMelo.
I think healthy because he had a horrible injury year last year. He hurt his ankle like 3-4 times, so he finally just shut it down. So I think this year, if he stays healthy, you'll see LaMelo probably average about 24, 10. I'm gonna give him 24 and 10. I just think he's dynamic. He has to be more efficient. That's a part of his game he has to work on. But he, as y'all know, he's a great passer, can shoot. He can rebound. He's 6'7", beautiful height for a point guard. You know what I mean? I just think LaMelo is that guy, man. I think this year people will see that to a higher degree. So that's my underrated.
The Hornets are going to benefit from the fact that Memphis has given them a blueprint.
Yeah.
Follow the blueprint that Memphis did, and you're going to have the same success.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
Rant done.
I believe that too. Overrated. I make no mistake about it. Don't really understand how he's this high on the list either. Joel Embiid. Like, I've always been lukewarm on him, man. Like, he could have the explosive games where he hits 50 or 55 or whatever, 12 rebounds. But when shit gets going in the playoffs, when shit gets tough, what is he gonna do, man? What is he gonna do? It's just like I'm tired of the same song and dance, man, with him and James Harden. That shit is like James Harden. I don't even got to mention him as overrated because I think everybody else will figure that out by now. But yeah, Joel Embiid for me, man. That's it.
That is the hottest of hot takes.
He's just overrated. I don't like him, man. Well, he gonna fold again. Y'all gonna see. Watch this year. Y'all gonna see him fold again. I guarantee you.
Like clockwork.
It's hilarious.
Watch. Tatum too, but that's another story. What was I about to say? Let me get we talked about this too. Let me get your bold take for the season, like something that nobody else would think or say. What do you think is going to happen this year? Your one bold take for the year.
Chase, I'll let you go first.
All right. Well, it kind of goes back to my Clippers pick. I think the Clippers put together an amazing season. I think they're under the radar. I think Kawhi comes back healthy for the majority of the part. He's going to load manage his way into the playoffs, and I think they make a deep playoff run. I think Paul George is going to have a first All NBA type of season. I believe Terrence Mann. Mm-hmm. I think Russ is going to do his thing. I think they're going to put it all together this year, and they're going to put the league on notice.
I can see it happening. Like I said, barring Hill, for sure.
Because they got enough pieces now that they could pretty much manage Kawhi's minutes, let Russ go crazy. Paul George and Russ got good chemistry already. They got a good defense. I definitely think that they're going to have a great season, maybe like a 50-win plus season type of season.
Okay.
I will tell you for sure about the Clippers. They basically made 0 offseason moves. So that team is constructed exactly the same way. It's going to come down to the players and are they going to play up to their potential? That's going to be the difference.
Right.
Yeah, but that's my hot take. I think Luka is going to average like 35, but that's normal for the Don. That's normal for the Don. That's not a hot take. That's just.
Oh, you a Luka fan? You a Luka fan? You coming off real Luka strong, real right now? Like. Okay, I see where you are. You be listening. I know what it is. You listen to too much Nick Wright. That's what it is.
Hey, that's my guy. That's so my guy.
Listen, I get it now. It all makes sense.
As long as Kyrie is wearing a Dallas jersey, Luka ain't getting nowhere near 35. He's not gonna get enough shots.
Oh, man.
Shit, it's only them two. They're gonna take all the damn shots. They're gonna take 30 apiece.
It's gonna be 35 and 30. Kyrie and Luka.
They're gonna take 30 attempts apiece.
Yeah, you not
throwing the fucking ball up. What you got, Ben?
Okay, so here it's going to take me a minute, but I've been thinking about this today. I thought about this since you sent me the text like 4 hours ago. The Los Angeles Lakers, will win the 2024 NBA Draft Lottery.
Wow.
They're winning the lottery. Now, let me tell you why. Now, let's start with LeBron, clearly the best player on the team. Lest we forget, LeBron has spent most of the offseason at the hospital with Bronny, right? Bronny had the cardiac arrest, had the surgery. He's went through rehab. LeBron's been spending a lot of time looking after his son. So we all know, based on that, LeBron has not had adequate time to do the mental and the physical preparation to be a 39-year-old, 250-pound swingman. That's the position he plays. He doesn't play center.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
He's going to have a Kobe-esque injury early in the season.
Ooh.
He's going to be out the whole season.
Ooh.
He has not prepared he's 39. The amount of effort it takes to play that position in NBA at 39, he hasn't been there mentally or physically because he's been busy with Bronny. He's got his priorities in the right place. But that means he's not ready to play NBA top 10 player level basketball. He will get injured early in the season. Now, so he's going to be out most of not all of the season. Now, let's talk about Anthony Davis. Now, I work a regular W-2 job. Any of y'all work? Chase, you work a W-2 job?
Nah.
All right. So this example don't work for y'all because y'all don't work W-2. Now, let's say I decide Monday, I wake up in the morning, and let's say I decide I'm going to call out Monday and Tuesday of next week.
All right.
I call out Monday and Tuesday. I go in Wednesday, work the rest of the week. The week after that, I wake up in the morning on the following Monday, and I call out Monday and Tuesday and go in the rest of the week. How long do you think I can get away with that before my job fires me? How many weeks?
1, 2.
Not long for damn sure.
Right. 2 weeks. Probably 2 weeks, maybe 3, and I'm out of there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Davis has been calling in sick 2 out of 5 days for the last 4 years. He's been injured for 40% of the games that he has played while he's had a Laker jersey on.
Shit, probably 40 with the Pels too.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Now, he had a couple of 75-game seasons the last 2 years he was with the Pelicans because those were contract years.
Right.
He was trying to get that bread.
Exactly.
Right.
I remember him
Before
being
that,
injured with them too. Yeah.
Yeah. But before that, yeah, same AD. So we know if you're a betting man, you should bet on AD missing 30 games this season no matter what, because that's what he's done the last 4 years.
Yep.
LeBron is going to get injured early in the season. AD is going to get a mid-season injury. Wow. Somewhere around Christmas time.
I got to see this play out.
Yeah, somewhere around Christmas time, the leadership's going to figure out our 2 best players are going to be out for a long time. We're just going to see what we get out of these young guys. We're going to go ahead and tank the rest of the season because even though he's dead, they still got that Jerry Buss magic. They leaned on that Jerry Buss magic. They're going to tank the rest of the season. They're going to go into the offseason as a lottery team. They are going to select the number 1. They're going to get the number 1 pick. And with the number 1 pick, they will select USC's Bronny James, fulfilling LeBron James' destiny of playing with his son. You know, if they get a lottery pick, they will pick Bronny. There's a 0% chance that they don't pick Bronny.
This ain't even a hot take. This is like some. This is
like pajamas.
Yeah,
Bronny. Listen, if Bronny James is on the board when the Lakers pick next year, there's no way they're not picking him. LeBron has that he has that organization in stranglehold. They will pick Bronny James.
So you would think if they had the number 1 pick, they would pick him. Number 1?
Yes.
If they did that,
y'all are underestimating the power of LeBron James, like the political power that he holds in that organization. Y'all are underestimating all of that. It doesn't matter what if Bronny James is on the board when the Lakers pick next year, they're going to pick him. They're not going to pass Bronny James. That is not happening as long as LeBron James is alive, right? As long as he is living on Earth, the Lakers will select Bronny if he's available. It's not happening.
If they take Bronny James, number 1. Number 1?
Number 1.
Like not a number 1 in the second round, but number 1 in the first round. Like
they're going number 1.
Jeez, I gotta read.
Listen, y'all forget this is the same franchise giving Anthony Davis a super max. Listen, if you're dumb enough to do that, listen, y'all don't understand. This is the Lakers we talk about, right?
Somebody getting fired.
This ain't the Spurs. This ain't a responsible organization like the Spurs, right? This ain't the Spurs. This is
They
the
picked
Los
Lonzo.
Angeles Lakers.
But Lonzo was he was like a prospect that was, he was touted to be, a top 5 pick.
That's true.
If they take Bronny James is like a 3-star, I think, coming out of. Is he a 3-star or 4-star coming out of high school? Like,
I think they got him at 4-star now. They got him at like a top 14 pick last I seen, like
that's
top 14
crazy.
to 10.
He jumped a lot since I last checked. I think Rob Pelinka will get fired if Rob Pelinka draft Bronny James #1.
Listen,
and it don't work
in LA. Nobody gets fired unless LeBron signs off on it.
Shit, Genie gonna tell that nigga hit the bricks.
LeBron got so much power in LA. Y'all don't understand. Y'all don't not understand how this.
Pelinka made man too, though. Pelinka is good. That's Kobe's man. That's Kobe guy.
Well, first of all, Genie picked Pelinka over Magic, so we already know. Like
Magic wanted to leave though. Didn't he want to leave?
Well, the reason why he left is because he had to share some of the responsibility with Pelinka. He didn't have like unilateral authority to do things.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't want to share that. He said, well, you're paying me and putting me in a role where I have unilateral authority, but I got to run stuff through him. I'm not going to split I ain't got time for that. I got a whole baseball franchise that I own. I ain't got time for this, so I'm out.
Yeah, that's wild though. Like, damn, that's a hell of a take. I don't even want to say mine. My shit sound boring after that. Like,
yeah, I feel like I gotta get better.
Like, I gotta think of another one after I do this one. Like, that's
well, I wanted you to go last. This is your show.
I mean, shit, you stole it. You stole the show with that shit. Like, what else is there to say? Mic drop.
I'm running with that. That's my hot take too.
That's a mic drop right there. God dang.
For real.
Just call me Skip Bayless.
Watch everything.
Damn. Let me get my Nick Wright on real quick. Luka Doncic. That motherfucker's such a clown. But
he looks like a douchebag. Like if you just had the TV on mute and you just saw him on
just
TV,
look
like,
at him.
That's a douche.
Like I wouldn't like you in person at all. Like
Nick's an ally. Come on now.
Like, if you pull up to him at the gas station, like he drives like a BMW 3 Series coupe. He drives a BMW, and he drives like an asshole on the road.
With
you
that
know that. You can look at him and tell.
With that stupid ass slick back hair looking crazy.
Yeah, with some like custom exhaust, loud as hell. Like you already know.
What you like about Nick Wright? You the first person I ever heard that like fuck with Nick Wright and his takes, man. Like
I think he a logical thinker. Like I think a lot of things he says goes over people's heads because it might strike like an emotional chord, but there's a lot of sensitive things he says. He's real logical in his takes. He does have his biases, obviously, like Luka.
Oh, does he?
LeBron, like his LeBron love and stuff.
Patrick Mahomes is the greatest quarterback ever already. Like,
but he is though.
Already?
He's got to win 6 rings.
Well,
he
got a ways to go, man.
The most talented ever, I think. Most talented, like thrower of the ball, I guess, up there with Aaron Rodgers.
You clearly have never watched Dan
Marino.
A little bit before my time. I've heard that he could sling it, but
Dan Marino
arm talent. It's hard to put anybody above Dan Marino.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. I would accept arguments from Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, Dan Marino, arm talent. They're in a league of their own. They're in a league by themselves.
Really, it's going to be this year that really going to solidify Mahomes, in my opinion, with the wide receivers that he has around. If he does it this year, everybody must silence. Yeah,
I know this is an NBA stream, but if Patrick Mahomes wins the Super Bowl this year, like you got it. Like I won't even argue no more. Like,
yep.
I won't argue no more. That's 3 Super Bowls in what, like 5 years, some shit like that, like 5 years.
Yeah.
Well, he's winning the real appearances.
Game.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He's winning the real game, and that he's the face of the NFL right now. That's the real game. It doesn't matter how many more Super Bowls he wins. He is the face of the NFL right now.
Right. I just mean from like an all-time, like, nobody's doing it like this, standpoint. If he wins a Super Bowl this year, that's pretty crazy. Don't he got 2 MVPs already?
Yep, 2.
I mean, he's already easily top 10 all time. Easily,
for sure.
Right now, if he does nothing else, he's already top 10
for sure,
without a doubt. So, Yeah, one more Super Bowl, like you in that Elway, Joe Montana, Tom Brady class. You in that era with another Super Bowl for sure.
Yeah. I mean, he ain't fucking with Eli. But back to my take. Yeah, so I got out the East. This probably gonna shock y'all. The Charlotte Hornets will make the NBA playoffs. I don't mean play in. They will not be the 10th seed, the 9th seed, the 8th seed, or the 7th seed. They will make it to the 6th seed.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's
I think
spicy.
I think Brooklyn is coming up out of there. I don't see Brooklyn making the playoffs this year. I know they had that trade mid-season, and I like Mikal Bridges. That's about the only person on their team I like. The rest of them niggas,
You're not gonna be in jail. Mikal gonna be free.
no, you think about Miles Bridges on
Miles Bridges.
on
Okay.
Charlotte. Yeah,
Okay.
Miles. Yeah, he just turned himself in. That's a whole other story.
All right. So the Nets. Y'all think about for a second how many penises y'all have. All right.
Whoa.
I know. Pause. That is precisely
Whoa.
the exact same number of players that the Nets have on this year's roster than they had in last year. The only player that is still on their roster this year that was there last year is Nick Claxton. They have completely turned their roster upside down. All them niggas is new to Brooklyn.
Cam Johnson. Who's the other nigga they got? The nigga that came off the bench hitting 40 like a few games in a row. Forgot this nigga's name. It's gonna bother the shit out of me too.
They made some major moves. I don't know how long Josiah has in Brooklyn.
I almost forgot he was there.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't read recently. I haven't heard he got fired, but they're clearly in rebuilding in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the ownership is going to be ready after this season to say Josiah is going to be the last reminder of the KD Kyrie debacle, and they're going to be ready to wipe that house clean and start over with somebody else.
Yeah. And Brooklyn is just a mess because they went through the whole thing last year with KD and Kyrie, and they tried to like rebuild on the fly. It seemed like they got that little package, but like I said, I think that's the team. It's either gonna be them or Atlanta that comes that falls out of the playoff contention. Because Atlanta didn't do anything either. What did they do? Did they do much?
Not enough.
I mean, I know they got DeJounte and Trey. That should be good for 40 wins, maybe. Depending.
I don't know. They still got Clint Capella.
Yeah, Clint Capella's still there.
Yeah, but I very much see the Hawks being the Sacramento Kings of the East.
Oh,
right. You got exciting players. Not talking about like recent Sacramento Kings.
Okay,
like,
old Sacramento Kings.
Up the old okay, we have exciting players. We have people who are fun to watch, but we're not going to win a damn thing for years and years and years and make tons of money because people are going to still pay to come down here to this arena and watch Trey play. But we're not going to win a damn thing. No, we're not trying to.
I think they're going to trade Trey within the next couple of years.
That's a hot
within the next couple of years, they're going to trade him. He's been on the trade. Well, he ain't been on the trade block, but there's been discussions about him being shipped off. So I think if they get the right deal, they'll trade him. You say he needs a better what?
He needs to be. Trey's a star. He just needs a lot of things around him to like shine. Basically,
too small. He's too small, man.
He's too small to carry a team by himself.
What Skip call him, Mice Trey? Like that's a perfect nickname for him. And I'll never agree with Skip on shit, but yeah, I just think Trey's too small, man, to be like your number one option.
Oh yeah,
I don't.
When they get that 4-point, when they do the 4-point line though, there's MVP Trey. Once the 4-point line comes into play,
oh my God,
are they talking about doing that?
They better not.
It's in like the book for like the next CBA or whatever. 4-point.
They better not do that shit.
If they do it, the only thing that makes sense is the half court line being a 4-point line. Don't draw another line on the court if you do that.
I think they were saying like that. It's like 5 feet beyond, and they was doing like the analytics, and pretty much Trey Young is the best quote unquote 4-point shooter in the NBA. He shoots it at like 30-something%.
They
Wait,
better
you-
not do that shit, man. I don't want to see no new shit. This whole like in-season NBA tournament thing they got at
That's
the
the
beginning of the
dumbest
year.
thing ever.
Like what are they doing? I know
What's
it's
the
probably a
purpose of
money
that?
grab, but
It's definitely a money grab, and it's definite. Well, it's a money grab. It's not going to make the game better, but
no.
they're borrowing the idea from soccer, right? Because I think the Premier League or one of the European leagues, they have like an in-season tournament that they do, but they do it for the money too. So,
Like why? Like why y'all fucking with the game, man? I don't understand.
Does it affect anything? Do you get like a mid-season championship? Or
Yeah,
something?
you get a trophy. Like whoever wins the tournament gets a trophy and all that shit. But like, what does it do though? Like,
nothing.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting old, man.
I don't
Nothing.
understand the shit. Like,
It's like conference championships right before March Madness. Like, okay, you're the ACC champion. Okay,
man,
now come and play in this tournament.
I hope this shit is a one and done for sure. Like, I don't want to see this shit year after year. I don't even like the play in. I'm still not even like fully used to the play in game yet. Like,
It seems unnecessary a little
it
bit.
is. Like for what? Why is the 10th seed getting a chance to go to the playoff? You didn't make it. Like it's stupid.
Yeah. So honestly, if they want to throw a wrinkle and they don't want a regular 18 playoff, they should do what the Premier League does and do like relegations and promotions. So if you finish at a certain level, you are prohibited from participating in playoffs the following year. And then the following year, you got to play your way for a chance to be considered for playoff contention. Do that instead. The play-in is not as effective. Like, okay, you finish in the bottom 3 teams this year, you are not eligible for NBA play in 2024, 25. And then based on that, the teams that finish, you have a tournament, and the teams that finish at the top of the non-playoff tournament, they are now eligible for the playoffs next year. Like, do something like that.
Yeah.
But I think the play-in is trying to be like, we want to kind of move in this direction. And also a money grab, because there's more primetime games to put on TV, right? So,
and you know the crazy thing about the play-in, I found this shit out like last year. Like the stats don't count because it's not a regular season game and it's not a playoff game. So any stats you accumulate in them play-in games, you don't get on your on your stats.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's
crazy. Interesting. I
didn't know that till last year. I was like, what? Yeah,
so those are dead games from a stats perspective. That's crazy.
Yep, they just don't count at all. And it's like 2 of them. Like you got to win. Well, one team has to win 2 of them, right? Yeah,
right.
So yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, that's any more hot takes? Cause y'all, especially you, Ben, you want some.
I got another one.
Oh shit.
It's not as good as the first one. Because I was trying to decide which one I was going to do. But my second hot take is the Phoenix Suns.
Oh man,
will win no more than 2 playoff games, including the play-in. They're going to be trash this year.
Gentlemen sweep.
Who they playing in the first round?
So do I have to pay you?
Who are they playing in the first round?
You got them playing a hell of a team for them to only win what 2 games?
Yeah, I don't think they get a high seed at all this year. They're other than KD. So that's another team that's flipped their whole team except for Devin Booker and KD. So you've got a newer coaching staff that's been installed. You've got a whole brand new team around them that's got to learn a new system and a new place under a new coach. With KD's, I already told y'all he's overrated, right? And Devin Booker, who's solid and who is a very solid, consistent player, a very strong player, but that's not going to be enough.
What about Brad Beal? You know they got Beal out there.
I don't trust Bradley Beal. Like, no.
I think
No.
I think
He's
actually I think
you
the
just
opposite
add
of what
another
you're saying.
hero ball dude to the most hero ball of hero ball dudes of all time. Like, it's not gonna work.
I think almost the opposite of what you're saying. I think they're gonna have a great regular season. I think they're gonna pile up wins.
Okay.
And I think they'll probably make it to the second round of the playoffs, but they don't have enough defense to get anywhere further than that. Because they can score, they're gonna score the hell out the ball. They're gonna put up a lot of points, and that's conducive to regular season basketball. Like if you could put up a lot of points, because you know on a night-to-night basis, somebody's got to be on Beal, Book, or KD. You know what I mean? All 3 of them not gonna be off at the same time. So
yeah, but the problem is you just named 3 players that play the same position, right?
But they'll figure it out though. They don't have a point guard. They don't have nobody to run it. That's the problem.
Right. They don't. There's no alpha in those three players. Right. We talked
Right.
about this last week, and then already, I got beef with KD. Like, I do not trust him as a player to be able to take you to the next level. Right. That's
me
not
either.
him.
I don't trust him either. But I think
second round is reasonable.
I just think with those three and the talent that those three alone have, because we've seen it. We've seen teams like that compile a whole bunch of wins in the regular season and just, the playoffs, they can't get stops when they need them and shit like that. So we've seen this kind of thing before. I think they're gonna have a good record. I just don't think they're gonna do shit in the playoffs.
I can see them playing the Warriors in the first round, like a 2-7 matchup or something like that, and the Warriors probably could get them.
I think
the
the Warriors
match
actually
up
would
terribly with the Warriors.
Yeah, I think the Warriors will beat them. Yeah, like I don't even think that's a question. I think they beat them.
So, and on that note, like I could see a first round loss from the Phoenix Suns.
But I
The
don't think
Warriors
they'll
are not going to have such a great regular season. Actually,
I don't
probably
think
a
the
6
Suns,
or 7 seed.
I don't see the Suns having a seven seed though. I just
No,
don't.
second. The Suns could,
second.
yeah, they could win a lot of games, like you said.
Oh.
They're just walking out there. They're going to outscore 90% of the teams they play just off of the strength of.
But again, y'all are assuming that Kevin Durant's going to play a full season.
That's true.
I don't make that assumption.
He missed about 15, 20 games a year too. While we on the subject.
Book,
That's a good point.
Good for missing about 20. Booker's good for missing about 20 games. 10 to 15
so,
games.
And Beal, we don't know how the hell he gonna perform after finally being relevant for the first time in fucking 10 years.
It's his time to shine.
But I did have one more hot take though. The Spurs gonna make the play in. The Spurs will make the play in.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
Right.
I don't know if they'll get in. I don't know if they'll win in the play in, but I think they're gonna make the play in. Like Wemby looking kind of crazy.
Defensive player of the year as a rookie. I'm gonna call it.
He might. That's a good take too.
Yeah.
Popovich is worth 20 wins by himself.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can see that.
Once they start building around him, that's gonna be a big problem. Like that's gonna be a very big problem when they start. And I wasn't like one of them guys that like, oh my God, like he's gonna be, he had that LeBron James type prospect hype.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't one of them guys. But after seeing him in these couple little preseason, this motherfucker full speed through the legs, pulling up, stepping back, like
with a soft touch. You got a soft touch.
Yeah, like jump shot is water. Like he a different breed. Like I still think Scoot has an outside chance of rookie of the year.
He might play more games. He might get it because of the games played.
Yeah, I'm real high on Scoot. So I think those two are gonna battle it out all year for rookie of the year.
What about Chet?
I think Chet gonna be good too, but the problem with Chet is he's not gonna have as much opportunities as those guys. He got a lot of guys he playing with. Shea, Giddey, you know what I mean? You got the two Jalen Williams over there.
That's a squad. That's a
okay
season.
Yeah, them boys got he got a lot of people he got to share the ball with. So I don't know how that's gonna. I think he's gonna be good, but his numbers won't be what theirs is gonna be. They got more freedom.
Makes sense.
So yeah. That's pretty much it for the hot takes. Chase, no more. Ben, no more.
I'm good, man. I'm all out.
All right, I'm gonna throw some names at y'all, man. We're gonna call this segment 5 on the clock. Y'all got 5 seconds a piece to answer these. Just straight off the top. Grant Hill or T-Mac? Chase.
T-Mac.
Ben.
Ooh, Grant Hill.
Jermaine O'Neal or Rasheed Wallace?
Rasheed.
Chase.
Rasheed, of course.
Ben.
Damn, that's tough. Sheed, man, toughness.
You barely made the shot clock. All right, Chase, back to you.
All right.
Baron Davis or Darren Williams?
Baron Davis.
Baron Davis or Darren Williams?
Baron
Davis.
He's not a franchise killer. Baron Davis.
Fair point. Stephon Marbury or Steve Francis? Chase. 4, 3, 2.
Marbury.
Ben.
Damn.
3.
Oh, 2. Stevie franchise, baby.
I knew I was gonna kill y'all with these. Woo. LaMarcus Aldridge or Amari Stoudemire? Chase.
Oh, you already know. Portland, LaMarcus. Sweetest mid-range in the business.
All right, let's get it, Ben.
Stoudemire.
What? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Okay. Joe Johnson.
He's only considered in the same range because of injuries. If not injuries, different.
Yeah, he was explosive as hell until he had that microfracture. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, man. I mean, but you know, me personally, I probably take LaMarcus just off longevity and consistency and that type of thing. But
Sure.
yeah. Joe Johnson and Rip Hamilton. Chase.
Dang, those are my guys. Oh, Rip. Yeah, winning player.
Who you got, Ben? I'm pretty sure I know who you got.
To win one game, Joe Johnson. Championship, Rip Hamilton.
Fair. All right. Ray Allen or Vince Carter? Chase.
Vince.
Man, gotta go Vince Carter. More versatile.
Y'all tripping.
Ray ain't did nothing until he got to Bron.
More
What?
Vince more versatile.
You know what I'm saying? He needed
Nigga, Ray Allen was his best in Milwaukee. What you mean?
But Carter did, as the best player on the team, I felt Carter was a better best player on the team than Ray was.
That's arguable because Ray had 2 stints. He had one with Milwaukee and he had one with Seattle. Like,
Seattle Ray. See, I gotta think. Yeah,
with him and Rashard Lewis was lighting shit up.
Yeah, but I mean, you know.
I forgot about that team. I forgot about that squad.
I mean, but I feel y'all though. You know. This one gonna get y'all. Penny Hardaway or Kyrie Irving?
Damn.
I'm picking Penny, man. I can't pick Kyrie for nothing, man. I can't.
Damn, you what's the Kyrie beef?
He don't play for like the weirdest reasons. Like you can't trust him. He's not a reliable teammate. And
so it's not game related. It's more like
definitely not
behavior.
Top 10 talented player history type.
Okay.
Yeah.
Penny, you had a long time to think about it.
They're both reliability issues, but I gotta go Penny Hardaway for the same reasons that Chase said.
More reliable.
Just more reliable, just not a distraction for your team.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. I already know. I probably know where y'all going with this one. Klay Thompson or Manu Ginobili? 3, 2, 1.
Klay.
Manu. We'll go with Manu.
All right.
That's
it's
tough,
playoff
bro.
times. You already know what Manu gonna do in the playoffs.
Shit. I mean, Klay, we ain't talking about like last 2 years Klay though. Like we talking about like prime Klay.
Yeah. I think game 6. I remember.
Klay can have impact on the game without touching the ball more so than Manu. Manu hasn't had the ball to have an impact. Klay doesn't.
True.
Defensive impact is way higher than Manu.
Yeah. I mean, you know, in those Spurs team, like how many of those championships was Manu there for? 3 of them? 4?
3.
Three?
I think 3.
I think he was there for 3 of them. So I mean, him and Klay got the same amount of rings. Well, Klay got one more now, but yeah. Oh, that's a tough one for me though. Like, even when I thought of that, I was like, but I think I give the edge to Manu because he was a little bit more dynamic. Like I just felt like he was, like Chase said on the last one, he was more reliable.
Well,
like,
I mean,
knew what
it's a tough take because Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili, you could argue they're either number 1 or number 2 greatest backcourts of all time.
Right.
So, and number 2, in my opinion, is not Steph and Klay. It's Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars. Them niggas was bad.
They were for sure.
You couldn't stop either one of them.
For sure. Another one. Brandon Roy or Derrick Rose?
Oh.
Derrick Rose.
D Rose, baby. D Rose.
B Roy. Y'all forget it was Kobe.
Yo, y'all wilding. B Roy?
B Roy, man.
Yeah, B Roy was a monster. Like, I mean, I know they both had the short ass prime, you know what I'm saying? But you can't go wrong. Now Omar be disappointed in you, nigga, if you ain't say B Roy. So you watch your mouth on here, bro.
Nah, B Roy is my guy, man. He was legit the second or third best shooting guard in his whole prime. Besides Kobe or T Mac was the only other arguments.
Ben, you took D Rose or B Roy?
D Rose. It's tough, but
Fair.
You mean MVP?
That was LeBron's MVP.
Hey, who won it though?
Kind of stole it. He kind of stole it. Man. I be arguing with niggas all the time about him and Ja. So like, he lucky he on my team now because I've been trashing Derrick Rose for like the last 4 years because niggas been coming at me crazy on this Ja shit. Like I don't really like that. But that's my man's now. So let's see what we got. Mike Bibby or Chauncey Billups?
Oh, jeez, man. These are tough. Oh, Chauncey Billups, baby. Championship. He was the critical part of that. So Chauncey Billups.
Mike Bibby's a little overrated. Billups
you
all
wild.
the way.
Yeah, you wild. Nah, I'm not accepting that. Like I feel you picking Chauncey and shit, but like, come on, bro. Like, we not about to do that to Bibby. Like, nah. All right, I got this a good one right here. Chris Webber or Chris Bosh?
Webber.
Yeah, Webber. He didn't have the teams that Bosh did. Well, the opportunity that Bosh did, and they got hold. They was supposed to win that playoff series.
I think y'all said that shit a little bit too fast. Like I agree with y'all, but y'all said that a little bit too fast, though.
Because we remember those Kings teams. Like the Kings were supposed to win that series.
Nah, for sure. Like I was, you know me. I was
right.
We ain't gonna speak on that. Yeah, I remember them games. Yeah, that's why I'm so high on Mike Bibby.
C-Web was a problem, like a real problem. Underrated for sure. If anybody's underrated in NBA history, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Lou Will or Jamal Crawford?
Ain't that the same dude? That's the same dude. What are you talking about?
Nah, you got it. Nah, that's
not. Jamal Crawford, 6th man of the year forever.
Jamal Crawford. That's one of my Jamal Crawford is one of my favorite players ever to watch. Like,
Will just got buckets everywhere he went. Well, they both did. They really the same guy. I can't.
That's what I said.
Really for real. Like,
nah, their game is different though. Like y'all tripping. Like Jamal Crawford is more of like a create. You know, his ball handling is retarded. Like, you know, he could create shots for guys. He could create for himself mostly. You know what I mean? But Lou is like a firecracker, man. You bring that motherfucker off the bench, he coming off screens, pin downs. He can also create his own shot. You know what I mean? Like they game is a little different. You know, like Jamal Crawford shit is more like a street ball game.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Luka or Tatum?
Luka.
I said that's kind of easy too.
Tatum cannot take over a game the way Luka can. Luka can take over a game like nothing you can do. Tatum cannot do that. Now
I'm not the biggest Jason Tatum fan, but that one game he did take over with. I think it was Game 6 against Milwaukee the year before last.
Yeah, the operative word in that sentence you said was one.
Yeah, they few and far between.
Who is most likely to take over any random game is Luka Doncic.
Yeah,
that's true. That's very true. All right, let me see. You said what?
Luka built different, man.
How is somebody always got to go too far? Like what he do? What?
We talked about this last week. Luka is a true alpha. The Dallas Mavericks is Luka's team. There is no dispute. There's no discussion. That is Luka's team. You cannot say that about Jason Tatum and the Celtics.
Intangibles, man. When Luka come out there and stuff, he know what he about to do. Jason Tatum's like looking for advice from somewhere.
I agree.
Luka is the type of player that dictates what all 9 of the other players on the court does. He has that when you talk about intangibles, he can dictate what the other 9 people on the court do. Like MJ had that, Kobe had that, Shaq had that to some degree. Luka has that.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what I got. Gilbert Arenas or Chris Paul?
Gilbert Arenas.
Oh, I ain't expect that. He said Gilbert Arenas. That's crazy.
Depends what I'm trying to do. If I'm trying to
That
win,
contract year that Gilbert had, the year before they paid him all that money, Gilbert Arenas, in my opinion, was second only to Kobe Bryant that year. Like he was a stone cold killer, unstoppable. Yes, another one of those guys. You not stopping Agent Zero. It was no, it ain't happening. It ain't happening. Now after he got all the money, yeah, not so much.
I pick Chris Paul.
Okay.
Well, he's done like just like a steady point. I like my point guards to play point guard.
But Gil was kind of like a combo guard, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
So, I think I got one more.
All right.
Let me see. DeMar DeRozan or Paul George?
Oh man. Oh, tie. Tie.
Case I already know you
Tie.
picking Paul George.
Man.
You can say it is cool, bro. You know, ran out of time on the shot clock. That shit is over.
I'm gonna go with Paul George, man. He too the height, the defense, the 3-point shot. Even they both injury prone, so I'm gonna go with the higher potential, the higher upside.
I like PG-13's game more, so I'll go with Paul George.
Yeah, man.
Me too. I agree with y'all. I think his game is just smoother. It's nicer to look at. Like their shit is too close, so you got to judge it off something. Like,
right.
I think that's the tiebreaker. So yeah, that was a good little rapid fire, man. I knew I was gonna stump y'all with a few of them.
And there weren't any easy choices out of any of those.
That's why I tried to match them up like perfectly, so you would have to.
Mike Bibby one.
Like a
Bibby.
couple.
Yeah.
See, there you go.
I'll throw another one in there. Old school, Magic Johnson or Larry Bird.
Magic. Give me
I gotta go with Magic. Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to think about it. It's not a slam dunk,
easy.
right?
Yeah, for sure. Or like some shit like Hakeem or Shaq.
Shaq.
You said that too fast. See, some of these shits you got to breathe on. Like you, like that's a lack of respect, man.
Hard, dude. That is hard. Because people sleep on Hakeem.
Like early Shaq was getting smoked by Hakeem. Like we saw,
he got swept by Hakeem.
That's what I'm saying. We saw it. So like young Shaq, we don't know what Hakeem would have looked like in 2000, 2001.
Yeah,
that's true.
Hakeem,
but I take Shaq.
Hakeem, quadruple doubles. He had 2 of them. The only man that ever did that. So you got to take Hakeem for that reason alone.
Yeah,
but it's not easy. Again.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna have to bring that back, man. I'm gonna have to line some more guys up for sure.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's dope.
All right, shit. What else we got to talk about? Obviously the season starts on the 24th. I think the Golden State Warriors play the Suns. Who y'all got in the first game?
Suns gonna smack them.
What?
No,
they gonna smack them?
They gonna be excited.
Is it at the Suns?
I think it's at Golden State. I gotta check real quick.
If it's at Golden State wins by 20.
Damn. By 20 on opening night, they're gonna have a stride like already.
At home, it's hard to beat the Warriors at home.
They got the continuity. You're right. I'll reverse my pick. I'm convinced.
And the Lakers play the Nuggets. I think we kind of know where that's gonna go, and it's
Nuggets
in Denver
by 50.
Joker's gonna restart another MVP campaign.
It's a blowout, and LeBron tears his Achilles.
Oh shit!
Damn. Yeah,
I'm not wishing on this injury on him. I'm just saying it's very likely.
In the first game, yeah, that's rough.
The first 10 games, LeBron's going out. I'm calling it right now. He's gonna pull it. Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, so
you're 39, man. Them tendons do not work the same.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of people gonna be sick about that, man. LeBron James fans is like a fucking cult, so they're not gonna be too thrilled if they hear this.
Let me say this again. I don't wish injury on anybody. I just think his likelihood is high based on the lack of off-season preparation and how old he is.
Makes sense though. It makes sense.
But that's
yeah.
somebody daddy. I don't want him to get hurt.
And then like the Bronny #1 overall pick is like,
Well, if the Lakers have the #1 pick, they're picking Bronny.
damn.
They're
Yeah,
not
you're
passing
gonna have
Bronny.
to give me some lotto numbers if all this shit happens. I promise you. Like, you owe me some
I'll make
lotto
that
numbers.
deal with you. If that happens, yes, we will share lotto numbers.
Yeah, you owe me a ticket for sure.
I'll buy you a ticket, no problem.
No doubt, man. Y'all got any other things I want to talk about this upcoming season, man? Anything else?
Shoot, I'm just excited for the basketball to be back.
For sure.
Really, I'm just ready to enjoy the season. I don't got a team no more. Phoenix don't let me down too many times, so I'm off them.
I forgot you was a Phoenix. Yeah, you was a Phoenix Suns fan. How you gonna be down on them now? They got KD.
It'll feel disingenuous for me to jump back on a bandwagon.
So when did you jump off? When did you jump off?
During the Devin Booker era. Actually, when Steve Nash went to the Lakers, that's when I was done.
Damn, so that's been a while.
It's been a minute. Yeah, I'm just an NBA fan now, basically.
Damn. He going back to when Kobe was alive. That's a long time ago.
Yeah. That's I had to do what I had to do, man. I had to test free agency, man. Like niggas was, I swear, I stayed down for what 20 years. Like, I became a Sacramento Kings fan in like 99 when they drafted Jay Will and rolled that shit all the way to 2020. Like, come on, bro. Like, I went to the playoffs one time. The last time they went to the playoffs, I was in high school. I think I said that last episode. I was in high school. I got into my fucking 30s. I'm like, hold on, bro. Like, I'm being loyal to some shit that ain't loyal to me. You know what I mean? Like, so I had to make some moves, bro. And Ja was coming in the league.
You gotta give me some pointers for how to get over Dallas. Then,
you need to jump off, bro.
I love how you were in school the last time they made the playoffs, and then this year your son just
like I got a 6-year-old son.
Crazy.
Like,
that's crazy.
I got a 6-year-old son, bro. Like, and I had him at 30. So that just go to show you, like, yeah.
That's hilarious.
But I had to make moves, man. Like, that shit was unhealthy for me, bro. Like, you know, when you in unhealthy relationships, you got to get the fuck up out of there. Like,
yeah, you do. If it's abuse, you got to get out.
Yeah, for sure. Like, and Ja Morant was my favorite player in college, so I was like, that's an easy little transition to Memphis. Like, all right, cool. So that was it. But anyway, man, it was good having y'all fellas, man, chopping it up with y'all on Fly Free Sports, man. We gonna, like I said, every week, man, whoever want to pop out, like, we gonna get more and more people to join. You know what I'm saying? I think niggas are scared, you know, because they got bullshit takes. They don't want me to get on them, so you know, kind of staying away right now. But you know, it is what it is. Fuck it, whoever come.
Word. Shout out.
We gotta get Sherry on here with her hat. I want to see the hat.
Oh yeah, man. Hopefully Shari pull up one of these times. You know, everybody I tag. So yeah, appreciate y'all coming, man. Pulling up, talking basketball.
Yes,
as
sir.
always, my nigga Chase, you know, been down about 20 years. I've been knowing Chase, man.
Damn, bro.
Damn near. Like we getting there, bro.
That's an old man.
Hell yeah. This nigga was like, what, 16 when I met him, some shit like that.
Yeah.
I was like 18, 19. Yeah, something like that.
06, 07, 06, 07 when I came to the creek, basically.
Yeah, so shit be going on 20
now
years.
Y'all paying taxes and insurance.
Man, all type of shit. Got a house and kids and all type of bullshit.
Yeah, man.
Ooh, don't say that word. Ooh, I'm staying away from that.
No, I ain't never leaving your sister, Justin. She ain't never getting child support because I'm staying with Albert.
Shit, I'll fight for custody before I pay some damn child support.
Nah, man. No, you dying with me. I'm going all the way. We going all the way. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't blame you. Nobody want that over their head for sure.
Nope.
But yeah, man. Till next time, man. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Everybody out there, man. Like I said, anybody want to anybody want to come on here and get flamed for a stupid ass take? Y'all let me know. You heard it here first. Fly Free Sports. We signing off, baby.
Yes, sir.
See you.